Wednesday, October 29th is the day. It's 2014. The clouds have burned away. The sun is coming out on a nice autumn Wednesday morning. Going to be chilly today and chilly this weekend, man, for Halloween. Tiger football on Friday night, football in the Grove on Saturday, and the time change. So many things are transitioning into autumn, and then it's going to be Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, and then Valentine's Day, and then we'll do it all again. It's going so quickly, it's a blur.
Yeah, Tiger basketball will be on us soon.
Hoops?
Yes, it will be. Our friend, John Kilzer, who one of the first people I ever met in this town, after I met Zeke, was John Kilzer. And John is a fine, fine singer-songwriter who has been around for a bit, and he and I have run the streets and talked about life and done good things and dumb things, and
all in between.
And now we've all grown up and gotten older and wiser, and it is a pleasure to see you as always.
Oh, it's great to see you and Zeke too.
It's good to have you back around. It's good. I know that you're doing some very different work than what you used to do. You've spent many years getting your doctorate in theology and ministering to folks. Tell people what you do now. I mean, you're still the same old John, but you still do great things for people.
Well, every now and then I'm Denzel Washington.
Well, hey, who ain't? I mean, that happens.
Oh man! First of all, it's so great to be here with you. It's been a long time, but I'm what I'm doing now is I've got I'm it's no secret that I went through a lot of stuff with alcohol, and you got to go through what you go through to get to what you get to.
Yep.
That's some pretty dark times, but by the grace of God, I was able to sort of overcome that, and I actually now have a recovery, part of a recovery ministry at St. John's United Methodist Church. We're on Friday nights at 6. We just play music and have food and talk about the spiritual component of recovery, because it's one thing to not use or drink, but you can still be miserable. And so we try to stress the fact that if you don't get the spiritual component of it, and we try to kind of cast a wider net than just folks that are specifically, substance abusers or alcoholics, and the fact that we're all in recovery from something. We're all broken, and that there's no real secret to that. And wounds speak to wound, and there's some sort of mystery in that. I'm glad I don't understand it. I don't try to do the math on it. But I'm really humbled and honored to be able to try to help folks experience joy in their lives, and the thing is you kind of, in a lot of ways, you have to act yourself into a new way of thinking rather than try to think your way in a new way of acting. If that makes any sense.
It does. Yeah. It does. Very well. That's very inspiring, I'm sure, to a lot of people. And you've always been a kind and a gentle soul, but it takes. What's the line about the road to excess and the path of wisdom, or that
William
same concept?
Blake. Yeah. I took Blake I got a little too serious with Blake.
Well, we all get too serious about some things.
That excess part,
for people that don't know any of your history, you played basketball at Memphis State. You taught English at Memphis State.
He learned how to play the guitar. I remember the first gig you ever had where you played nothing but Bob Dylan songs at Mongo's Pizza on Highland Avenue. Oh my!
And then you went
remember that?
Yeah. I did. I played every song was a Bob Dylan song.
Well,
I'm gonna do another Bob Dylan song.
Okay.
For 3 hours.
It beats doing the Archies catalog.
There's an idea.
And then you went on to a record deal with Geffen Records, and those were strange times in that record business, and we all went. That was just.
Speaking of the road to excess, right?
Oh my Lord! But that was interesting times for a lot of people, and you toured and did, and you've done a lot of things, and you've come back around to, I think, where you kind of always wanted to be, and that's still making music, but also helping and inspiring people in the process.
Well, that I'm just, again, the fact that what I'm doing now, I'm able to play music too, is just a bonus. For a long time, I didn't know that I would actually be able to play music, because I always just equated music with all the kind of other
bars
stuff.
and trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's an added blessing to be able to play, you know, and have. I mean, the thing is, y'all, the 18 musicians in town, all the great musicians have got their hands on the rope on this ministry too, and on every Friday night you can really hear some of the best players.
Rob Junkless and him and those cats are all, and well, and the guys on this record, I look at, and I read somewhere that many of them are recovering and trying to do better.
Well, it's a good thing or they'd be dead.
Yeah.
Think about some of the, things that have gone on over the years. My God, we're all lucky to be here.
Yeah.
Amen, amen, amen.
Well, there's a pretty impressive list of people. And tell the story which you told me about teaching yourself how to play the piano the past 10 years. It's like, oh, damn, this guy's unbelievable.
Well, I have a really, really dear friend at Amro Music, Rick Jeffries, and about the year 2000, I've always kind of been around pianos, and I knew a middle C.
Well, that's a good start.
I mean, that's one thing, and I would ping on that middle C, ding, 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 and so I told him in 2000 that I'd like to at some point be able to get a grand piano, and I was kind of thinking ahead, I didn't know it would be quite so long, but it finally, about a year ago, I was able to get a grand Baldwin piano, which I've always loved Baldwin pianos. And so they brought it over. Rick found it for me, bless his heart, and so I went naturally. I'm not a young man anymore, and so I ordered piano for adults, right? I think I'm going to figure out how to do this stuff, and I knew my middle ping ping C and ping ping ping, and so I got this book, and I thought, well, they've got Ode to Joy in there, right? Go to the big guys, Beethoven.
Go to Beethoven first, yeah.
So, my mama's favorite, yeah.
So I said, I'm going to learn Ode to Joy, and I'm sitting there trying to figure it out, and, I'm not getting, it's kind of like, da, 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 da. Oh my God, this is a little more difficult than I thought. and you know me, I'm just kind of, and then I phased out and just started kind of messing around and around that. And it's in the, California is in C, so I just sort of messed around a little bit and again, songwriters kind of, they're just antennas, really. There's no reason to be kind of boastful about songs. It's kind of like boasting about an antenna. You just pick up signals. So anyway, I kind of phased back in, and I had this song called California. Which really kind of talks about when I was living out there and all that stuff with Geffen, and they had me in the Sunset Marquee, and I thought, this is a little too classic for me, so I moved up on Franklin in a place they called Hypodermic Manor. It was
near Griffith Park, or yeah.
But anyway, so I wrote this song and then phased back out, and I thought, well, my goodness, I might ought to quote Beethoven. So there's a little bit at the end of it.
You can tell the structure is there.
Yeah.
And to me, that song, which I would like for you to play here for us, I heard that song one time, and I went, oh my gosh. He sounds better than ever, and I've heard it 20 times. Now I thought this is kind of a microcosm of John's life.
Yeah.
And not to be overly personal, but I thought just that struggle to make it there and to make it and to just make it and stay alive and keep going. But that was your life.
It was.
We'll put on that guitar and. This is called, the album is called Hide Away. It is 2 words. There are links to it, to the Amazon link to buy it, which you should, because John needs some more lessons for his piano.
I do.
And you can buy it on Amazon, and you can, I've been, and so we'll not hear it with the great piano part and the remarkable cello work of that young lady.
Jonathan Kirksey.
That guy.
Yeah, Jonathan Kirksey.
But that is quite powerful. It'll be just as good here. Here is our dear friend John Kilzer and a song from Hideaway called California.
Well, I'm living neath the elves of the Hollywood sign. Don't worry, baby, I'm just fine. 'Cause I got friends up here in California. Got me a gig at the foot of the hill. Last night someone tipped me a $10 bill. That's a couple of beers in California. Living a dream, it gets real, and it gets cold up on the hill, underneath the stars of California. Don't worry, baby, I'll be okay. I'm gonna make it, I swear, someday. If there's still gold in California. Snuck backstage at the Hollywood Bowl. They threw me out before the show. Now there's places I can't go in California. I stood out in the rain trying to get a part of a movie they were filming in Griffith Park. They sent me home when it got dark, California. Tell my friends I'm just fine. I ain't crawling home this time. I made up my mind in California. Don't worry, baby, I'll be okay. I'm gonna make it, I swear, someday. If there's still gold, California. Sorry, baby, I gotta get off the phone. Back in line for my methadone. There's still gold, California. If there's still gold.
Very nice. John Kilzer, that is from the album Hideaway, a different version. On the end of the song on the album, you say the last word is Cala, and you stop.
Yeah.
As if, is there a question mark about the making? Or was there any thought behind that, or did you just get tired of singing? I'm tired, Joe.
Bring the cello back in.
Yeah, come on, cello out.
No, there was no thought behind that. I think maybe I just
A poetic moment.
Poetic pause.
It's a beautiful song. John Kilzer is here. We're going to do a little break and come back and chat with him for more. We'll be right back.